You staying around for the shoot?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to have a chat to Chris about the wedding anniversary plans.
Oh, I thought you already had.
It was a bit embarrassing, to be honest.
Why?
Well, I knocked at the door, there was no answer, so I stepped in. I thought Chris might not be able to get to it. Anyway, I heard noises upstairs. Rather intimate noises. So I discreetly slipped out.
Well, if the noises are what I'm thinking you're meaning, shouldn't be a worry, should it? It's great that Chris and Kathy are getting it together, so to speak.
Kathy was working at the Wallpack.
Then, who was upstairs?
Definitely Chris, and definitely a woman.
And it couldn't have been Kathy?
Well, I went to the Wallpack to congratulate Betty and Seth. She'd been there most of the afternoon.
Poor Kathy. And all she's done for him since his injury.
Obviously not enough. Otherwise there'd be no need for another woman.
And you've no idea who she could be?
I haven't a clue.
How could he do it in their home? And who the hell is she?
Dave! Over here. Get out here before you get your head blown off.
I just want to tell you something.
I mean it. You could get yourself seriously killed here.
Well, I'm going now. I just came to tell you that Dad's fighting Zach Dingle at 4 o'clock across a river behind our cottage in that dip.
How do you know?
Our mate told me Dingle's told them. I'm going to shout him on or what?
No. Dad wouldn't want us near.
I'll be there.
Trouble?
Yeah, there will be if he loses.
Oh, your dad?
Aye. It's on for this afternoon.
Are you going?
Might have to. Keep our Roy out of bother. Hey up. Kim's shouting you.
Yeah, well, she can come over. I hate all this lady of the manor business and all these tuckney-halfpenny snobs who probably can shoot anything that isn't beaten up in front of them first.
Just laugh at them, Nick. Take their money.
Sorry to spring this on you, Nick. Would you mind looking after one of the guns rather than beating?
Do I have to?
I'd appreciate it.
All right.
At least they're shooting away from you.
Don't worry, they're well briefed and everybody's safe.
Except for the pheasant. Right, who am I loading for then?
She's drawn number 4, and it's her first time.
A woman?
Nothing gets past you, does it?
Just keep her shooting high, that's all.
You just concentrate on beating those birds out. You could take over Sally Knight's position if you wanted to shoot till she gets back.
Nah, I think I'll pass on that one. And yes, I will eat the pheasant, and that makes me a townie hypocrite. I admit it.
I never said a word.
I've just had some news.
Oh, did you find out who Chris was in bed with?
No, the council have turned down the application for the dry ski slope. I'm sorry.
What reason did they give?
Too much local opposition.
Meaning Rachel Hughes and a flaming petition, no doubt. I'm going to have a word or two with that woman. Make her realise what a loss it could be for tourism. Not just for us, but for the whole village.
No, my love, you can't win them all.
I hate being beaten. Oh, well. I've got plenty of other ideas for projects. And if Rachel Hughes wants to take me on again... You look solemn.
Thinking about Christmas. Well, just after Christmas, actually. December the 30th, to be precise.
Oh, the anniversary of the plane crash.
Yeah. We have to do something. We can't just let it pass.
Well, we can hardly celebrate.
I think we can, within reason. Celebrate the fact that we're all still here. And life goes on.
Sounds like something the committee should talk about.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a couple of months since we last met.
We've lost Lynn. And Alan's not good for much these days.
Kim?
Well, it's true. Anyway, you can replace Lynn.
Who with?
I don't know. You'll have to hold an election. Oh. Do you want Chris? Certainly don't want you. Why are you here?
I asked her over for coffee. Any objections?
None you'd want to hear.
What do you want, Kim?
I was hoping you could do some layouts for me on your computer. Ads for forthcoming events at the Heritage Farm.
Tate land?
Yes. And you might like to know the dry ski slope scheme has been turned down. The council said it was unhappy about local opposition to it.
Really?
Good.
When do you need these?
As soon as you can. Thanks. Well, Rachel, enjoy your moment of triumph.
Well, I shall. Don't worry.
Make the most of it. Because if you stick that cute little nose in my business again, you'll get it cut off.
Don't talk to her like that. What she did was right. The last thing this place needs is a ski slope. Would have been an eyesore, and you know it.
I see. You're on the same side now.
We certainly are. Sorry about that.
What if she talks to Kathy?
Well, let her. We're just good friends. She's used to you coming round.
Well, I know what I'd think if I were Kathy.
Well, that's because you've got a suspicious little mind.
Hi.
Hey.
The bigger the better, I thought. Vic Windsor's doing the fireworks and the master of ceremonies. Goodness knows what I've let us all in for. Still, should be fun.
Shouldn't Nick be doing this?
A little gentle exercise is good for me. This was supposed to be a wedding anniversary celebration for Christopher and Kathy.
If they want to, they'll find their own way of celebrating it.
Oh, I think Christopher's started already, judging from the noises I heard coming from his bedroom last week.
Frank, you don't know what he was doing.
Got a damn good idea.
Sees a lot of Rachel, doesn't he?
I really noticed. I don't think it was her up there.
Oh, well, whoever it is, you should be happy for him.
Where are you up to now?
Back to the stables, then I've got some phone calls to make.
Anything I can do? Not exactly overworked at the moment.
Only if you feel like talking to the various officers and officials of the Emmerdale hunt.
I'm not going anywhere near the Emmerdale hunt. Or its officers and officials. And I'd rather you didn't either.
Why?
Because the last time you did, it cost us our marriage. And nearly wrecked both of our lives. Well, the thought of having to eat with those chinless wonders doesn't exactly fill me with excitement.
You shouldn't let things get to you so much. It's just one lunch, a few hours, and a lot of useful contacts made. It's not too much to ask, is it?
No, I suppose not.
You must learn to take life as it comes, especially now.
Are you trying to say that I had a heart attack because I get too wound up?
Well, it can't have helped.
You're right, as always.
Of course I am. I know it's a cliche, but life really is too short, and I want you around for a lot longer yet.
For once, we agree on something. There you go, Art. Save your journey.
Thank you, Frank. No sign of Bernard. A heard from Dermot?
No. And no Lynn.
Oh, well, that's no loss, in my opinion. Her contribution to the committee was less than negligible.
Yes, Alan. Shall we leave it for the meeting?
Yes, yes, well.
Caroline, what a lovely brooch.
Oh, thanks. It was a present from Eric.
What do you think? It's beautiful. Will we see you later at the bonfire?
Oh, afraid not, Kim. I'm manning the pumps in here tonight while his lordship goes out to dinner.
Bad luck. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
I know what you're thinking.
Yes, but it can't be.
No?
One thing.
What?
It's too obvious. They were having an affair. They wouldn't parade around in public like this. Still, I wish I knew, one way or the other.
Ask him.
Kim, if you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Without any more ado, I would like to ask Kim Tate to come on, baby, light my fire. Oh, and by the way, these lighters are very good value. 90p each or free for £2.50. Available in the shop.
I now declare this bonfire lit.
Well, I hate to say it, but seen one bonfire, you've seen them all. Oh, I'm bored. Can't we do something else? What about going back to your place?
Oh, my mum and dad are in.
Hey, got a second?
Of course.
Don't mind if I borrow him for a moment, do you?
Oh, please keep him.
Don't know how I'm managing to keep my hands off you tonight. You look gorgeous in this light.
You mean I don't normally?
You always look great to me.
We missed the fireworks.
Well, no, they haven't started yet.
See, told you they didn't start till 8.
It's at 7:30, actually.
Come on. Where are you going now?
You'll see. What's up with Sarah?
You tell me.
Well, give it some thought then.
Right, I'll get back to you in a day or two.
I was really impressed with the work you did for me in summer. I think you'd be an asset.
Oh, well, doubt very much. Anything's better than school.
Right. I better get off home.
I wish I could come with you.
Me too. I wish that...
What?
I wish we could be more open about all this. Oh, well. Good night.
Don't I get a kiss?
Not here.
Well, why not? Who's going to notice? Everyone's gone. I meant a kiss, not a dab with a wet flannel. That's better. Good night.
Night.
I just couldn't get through to him at all.
Well, we should have expected that. Every time you ask Chris to do something, seems he does the complete opposite.
So what do I do? Back off? Hope it all fizzes out before Kathy finds out?
Don't have much choice. Unless you think we should tell her ourselves.
No, I can't do that to Kathy. Maybe this other woman will get bored with him, whoever she is.
He wouldn't tell you that either.
I always hoped that I'd get closer to my kids as we got older. We seem to get further away. I can't get through to Chris, and I never know what Zoe's doing half the time.
She's back this afternoon, and I expect she'll tell you all her news. And if she doesn't, there's no point fretting about it. You're supposed to be taking things easy. So just try and relax and concentrate on getting better.
Yes, Doctor.
Right, well, I think I've got everything organised for the lunch today. So you just sit back and enjoy a good meal and some pleasant conversation.
With that hunt lot, I don't even speak the same language.
That's why I invited Bernard and Angharad. You can talk to them and I'll deal with the hunt crowd.
You're welcome.
Frank, you will be polite to them, won't you? They're useful for business, here and at the stables.
Yeah, I suppose I can take a few hours of hunting and shooting. If I know it's just to relieve them of their money.
Too early, are we?
Nope, bang on time. Kim's taken some of the others around to the stables. She's hoping to get a livery contract out of them. They'll be back in a minute.
I have to go back to school this afternoon, so I must be gone by 2. I hope nobody thinks I'm being rude.
From what I remember of that hunt lot, they won't even notice. Other people are only there to fill in the gaps in their conversation.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of them, Frank.
I'm pledged to be on my best behaviour and to steer clear of controversial subjects.
Might not be a bad idea if we did the same thing.
The trouble is, I'm not sure what it's safe to talk about.
No, talking about a daughter who's virulently anti-blood sports, that might be a mistake. Frank, you know that Angharad's very keen to join the hunt.
Ah, then you should talk to Sir Tom. He's the new master of hounds.
What's he like?
Just given up being a magistrate last time I saw him. I think he was disappointed he couldn't hang people for dropping litter.
Bernard Angharad, glad you could make it. May I introduce Sir Thomas Weir, Bernard Angharad McAllister.
Very pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
I'm sorry to hear about the ticker, old man. That's bad luck.
Thanks. Getting better all the time.
Can't keep a good man down, eh?
Learning to count my blessings. After all, they shoot horses, don't they?
That's the spirit. The local medic, then.
Guilty.
Do you ride?
No, I'm afraid not.
I was quite impressed with your setup, Kim. I'm considering sending you a few horses.
Oh, more the merrier.
I had a couple stolen last year. I hope your security is good up there.
The whole heritage farm is patrolled nightly by a local firm.
One can't be too careful these days. It's a dreadful business, that raid up at Lord Browdale's place, eh?
£500,000 worth. I just hope he's well insured.
Well, there's some things money can't replace, like old Rasputin.
Oh?
Horse they took. I had him from a foal. There'll never be another like him.
My wife's become very interested in riding since we've been up here.
Well, I've just started, really, but I'm enjoying it.
She's going to be an excellent rider.
Do you hunt?
Not yet, but I'd certainly like to try.
Splendid. We could do with some new subscribers.
Membership down?
We lost a lot when Kincaid was in charge. That fellow was a complete idiot.
Yes, that's what I thought. Not a man to be trusted, either.
Yes, you always were a good judge of horseflesh, Tate. Still, we're all well rid of him now.
Here.
Well, I'm sure things will be much better now you're in charge.
Well, I hope so. The trouble now is these damn saboteurs.
There are a lot of local feeling against the hunt?
Not a jot. No, they're just the sort of people who protest about everything. Rent a mob, you know, load of long-haired lefties in sandals. Personally, I'd shoot the lot of them.
Well, that's a bit drastic, isn't it?
Well, just my little joke, Doctor. No, you're not actually allowed to do that sort of thing in the realms of Her Britannic Majesty.
They are a darn nuisance, though.
So how do you cope with them?
We've been changing the venue of the meet at the last minute, so the idiots turn up to the wrong place. Probably have to do it again for the next one. They seem to be getting wind of our plans.
Then why don't you hold it here? The hunt hasn't met at Home Farm for far too long.
What a splendid idea. Yes, thank you very much.
Frank and I would be delighted to have you. Wouldn't we, Frank?
Yeah. Great. What did you invite the hands here for? That's about the last thing we need.
I thought you'd be pleased. You and Sir Thomas seem to be getting on so well.
Eh?
At least when the subject of Neil Kincaid came up.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist it.
Yes, well, for your penance, you can be a good host when the hunt comes. Good for business, anyway.
Okay. Fashionably late. Who is she?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you'd invited her.
Perhaps she's come to the wrong party.
I must be getting back to school now, but I want to thank you for a lovely lunch. Pleasure.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise there was a party going on. I've come to see Zoe Tate.
Oh, I'm afraid she's not here at the moment. Was she expecting?
Not really. I wanted it to be a surprise. Would it be all right if I wait?
I'm not sure how long she's going to be.
I've come a very long way, and it's really very important I see her.
I'm Zoe's dad. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, I'm afraid it's something I can only discuss with her.
I see. Well, look, why don't you help yourself to food and drink while you're waiting?
I don't want to impose. Bye, Frank. Thank you.
Something wrong?
Come to see Zoe. I told her I didn't know how long she was going to be, but she insisted on waiting.
So?
Needs to talk to her about something important and private. Sounds to me like she could be a close friend.
You mean that sort of friend?
Thanks ever so much for inviting us. We really did enjoy it.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Oh, by the way, Frank, I think I have had a brainwave about the Betty problem.
You're not still worrying about that, are you?
Maybe you should be, too. She's planning a double wedding, you know? Her and Seth, you and me.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I can't help you with that. But what I was thinking, what about Viv Windsor as a candidate for the committee?
Viv? Well, I can't see her coming up with many ideas.
Exactly. Just what we're looking for.
You are a devious man, Doctor.
Oh, hello there. Have I missed it all?
Yeah, your timing was perfect.
It was a great lunch. Thanks once again, eh?
Bye.
Bye.
Are Zoe and her friend still in there?
As far as I know.
What's going on?
I don't know. But I'd say, whatever it is, it's very private.
Yes, and very urgent from the way that woman was behaving.
We weren't exactly introduced.
I'm surprised she came here. Zoe keeps her private life very private.
I don't think the visit was expected, or that Zoe was very pleased about it.
Lovers' tiff?
Let's hope they sort it out.
This is between you and Martin. It has got nothing to do with me.
It's got everything to do with you. You're the one he's been spending weekends with. You're the one he's been going to meet.
Why not? I'm a free agent.
You might be, but he's not. I'm his wife.
That still does not give you the right to walk into my home.
I've got to do something, haven't I?
Then talk to him, not me. It is between the two of you.
He won't talk. He doesn't want to know.
Well, you can't blame me for that.
I blame you for breaking up my marriage. I blame you for seducing him.
I did no such thing.
Oh, yes, you did. I might have known you'd deny it.
I'm denying nothing. There is nothing to deny. For heaven's sake, you can't blame me. I didn't even know he was married.
Friend going to be in there?
Who knows?
Are they quarrelling or making up?
I don't know. I don't even know which I'm hoping for.
How do you mean?
I'm not sure I want my only daughter involved with another woman.
I thought you didn't mind.
In front of Zoe, I don't. I have to support her, but I have to admit it's not what I planned. Isn't every father's dream to escort his daughter down the aisle on her wedding day?
You've been good about it.
We Tates don't seem to be very good at marriage, do we? Look at Chris and Kathy.
Well, you can hardly blame yourself for that. And you and I are going to have a second chance.
Come on. Come on, Alan. I can't face going into work tonight. I can't face anyone, not when you're making such a fool of me. You and Rachel Hughes. We've got to talk, Chris.
Have we?
You know we have. What are we going to do? How are we going to sort this out?
Isn't it a bit late to be asking that?
Not going to be reasonable. There is no point in us talking about this anymore.
You don't get out of it that easily.
Don't I?
I'm sorry, is anything the matter?
Well, go on then, tell them.
Tell us what?
Do you know what kind of a woman your precious daughter is?
This has got nothing to do with Dad.
It has now. I'm sorry about this. I'm not surprised you don't want him to know what you've done.
Look, I know all about my daughter's sexuality.
No, Dad, it's complicated.
All relationships have problems.
Well, ours didn't. Not till she came along.
What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't want to get into this.
You mean you were involved with somebody else?
Involved with? Married to.
So you are married?
Yes, I am. And I thought I was happy till she came along.
And then you two got together?
No, not me and her. My stupid husband.
What's your husband got to do with it?
Nothing. It's all in her head.
They're having an affair. Her and Martin. She's broken up my home.
Is she gone?
Yes.
Thanks for calming her down.
Well, I wouldn't say she was calm, but at least she accepted there was no point in staying here.
I can't say I blame her for being angry.
I'm really sorry she came here.
I just don't understand what's going on.
It's all a mistake.
Well, that woman seemed pretty convinced.
I can't help believe she's got some crazy idea in her head.
So it is a crazy idea.
Of course it is.
But you do know this Martin?
As a friend, that's all. I was at a conference, so was he. I liked him, we were talking, we wanted some coffee, we went to his room.
And?
And coffee! You might have thought there'd be more, but there wasn't. I've got quite good at letting people know there's a line they don't step over.
So nothing happened?
Not the sort of thing she is saying, no. I went on liking him, he went on liking me, I was lonely, so we arranged to meet in Leeds. It was friendship, that is all.
That's not what his wife seems to think.
Can I help what she thinks?
Yes, you can. He's a married man with a family. You should never have got involved.
I didn't know he was married. He's the one that should have thought of that, not me. He's the one that's married. I didn't want to get involved in anything serious, and I certainly didn't mean to involve you.
To the surgery?
Depends how long you'll be.
You know what these committee meetings are like? Could be a couple of hours.
I'll take my own car then. I don't think I want to hang about. I don't suppose Helen's visit went unnoticed in the village?
Oh, they'll get over it. Hello, Vic. We don't often see you up here.
I'm looking for a lost dog. You haven't seen it, have you?
Your dog?
Yeah, I'm beginning to wish it wasn't.
Hi.
Tea?
On its way. You look shattered.
Yeah, I've been on my own. Cathy didn't turn up for work. She didn't have to explain why.
No. What the hell does Chris think he's playing at? Messing about with Rachel Hughes.
Yeah, it's a bit close to home, isn't it?
It's not fair on Cathy. Not after all she's done for him.
Oh, I suppose you can understand him wanting to take a chance if he's offered it. He's still a young man, Frank. Unfortunately, disabled in the prime of his life.
That's hardly Cathy's fault, is it?
Not having anybody to blame doesn't make it any easier.
No, I suppose not.
Trouble is, Cathy's been more of a mother than a wife. No wonder he found the attentions of an attractive woman like Rachel pretty irresistible.
She should have left him alone.
It's too much to ask with her track record. Remember her and Pete Whiteley?
Chris is going to be like putty in her hands.
He's old enough to sort himself out, Frank. There's not a lot you can do about it.
Except support Cassie and help Chris when he gets hurt.
You think he will be?
Of course he will. Rachel Hughes will drop him like a hot brick when the novelty wears off.
Hello. Hi. Cathy's coming to stay for a few days.
That's all right.
You know why?
Yeah. Of course it's all right.
We know you're not responsible for what Chris has done.
Of course he isn't. Chris has grown up.
What a pity he hasn't stopped him from being a first-class idiot.
It'll all sort itself out.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
If there's anything we can do, just let us know.
No, I don't think so. It's down to Chris now. We'll see if he misses me.
I'm sure he will.
Let's hope so, eh?
Do you know how much the people who hunt spend on horses? I want some of it to come my way.
I'm sure it will.
And that's just for starters. They're bound to have friends who shoot, business contacts that want to do some corporate entertaining up at the Heritage Farm. I'll show them a good day out when they meet here and claim it against tax.
Do you never stop?
You didn't when you were my age, did you? That's how you got where you are.
Yes, but your priorities change. I regret some of the sacrifices I made, especially the family.
Well, there's plenty of time for that.
You have.
Morning.
Morning, Kim.
How's the saviour of the village today?
Very funny.
No, I'm serious. You could have been hurt.
Hardly. It's just a sick dog. Besides, it's my job.
Try telling that to the Windsors. Is this it?
Yeah.
He doesn't look very savage.
Well, he's sedated.
So what's wrong with him?
I think he's had a brain hemorrhage. I won't be absolutely certain until the results come back today, but...
Will you have to,
destroy him? Yeah. Look, I'm sorry, Kim, if this is just a social call. I'm really busy today.
It's just that Frank mentioned you were thinking of moving out.
Yeah, well, Chris is on his own now that Cathy's moved out. Thought I'd move in for a while. Need somebody with him.
As long as that's the only reason. You've got a customer.
Ah, here's where you are.
I'll get off then.
Morning.
Morning. You look smart.
Yeah, a meeting in town. Charity do.
On the day of the hunt.
Yes. Tragic, isn't it?
And I suppose these meetings go on all day, don't they?
Sometimes they do.
You're terrible.
So are you. You know, I haven't said, but I was very proud of you the other night. Proud that you were my daughter.
Really?
Yeah. Took a lot of bottle to tell that bloke where to get off.
A lot of bottle. That's just what us girls
All
need.
right, enough. Hello, darling.
Morning, Zoe.
Morning.
You will make certain you're back in time, won't you?
Yes, of course. I'll do my best, but you know how these things are. Some of these people, they drone on for hours.
It's very important, Frank. I want you to meet these people.
I'm always meeting people.
Good. Then you can meet these then. Are you busy today, Zoe?
Very.
Oh, pity. Oh, well, better get on with it, hadn't I?
I think we'd better get out of here while the going's good.
Let's go.
That's it, Nick. I want it looking perfect. Oh, and don't forget the flowers. Dave, you can leave that for now. I want you to patrol the grounds as much as you can. If there are any sabs about, I want them to know that we mean business too.
Only if I don't have to shoot anyone.
You'd probably miss anyway. Where's Seth?
Oh, he'll be along.
Pre or post-Christmas? OK. Biff, we're not going to get any trouble from your girlfriend today, are we?
Girlfriends are always trouble.
Very reassuring. Thank you. OK, so you know what to do. Oh, and don't forget, white blouses, black skirts, tight shoes. I'll show them how it should be done.
Anybody home?
Oh, morning, sir.
You look like a dog's dinner.
Oh, thanks. So I'll just get her for you.
Yes, I heard him, thanks. Seth, everything under control?
Why shouldn't it be?
I'm just asking.
I'm just telling you, now I'm back on job, everything's fine. It's always been fine.
Yes, I know, Seth. Let's not go through all that again. I'm sure you want to get back on patrol.
I can't wait.
Good. I wonder if Frank's still here.
I don't suppose we'll see him today. He's not exactly a fan of fox hunting.
When I want your opinion...
Nah, any time. And now you've given me 3 degrees. Can I get back on patrol?
All right, Seth.
Oh, I love champion.
He is really pushing his luck.
Well, if you organise something that gets people's backs up, you have to expect a bit of resentment.
I pay their wages.
You don't control their minds.
They're supposed to be country people. What's the matter with them? Fox hunting's a way of life.
You can't buy tradition. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, so I'm left on my own to organise the whole thing.
You're the one that wanted it. No one else did. I think Chris is joining the saboteurs.
Oh, great. Abandoned by Frank, and then his son lines up with the opposition. That'll be Rachel Hughes's influence.
Nelson, the doctor will see you now.
I need to see a doctor. I suspect my husband is having an affair.
Not now, Kathy, not here.
You must be laughing at me.
Nobody's laughing at you. It's not a laughing matter.
And one of your friends has an affair with your husband. What else can you do but laugh?
Oh, so you want to make it public, do you?
Trusting you. I should have known better. I should have remembered Lynn Whiteley's husband. You've made a career out of adultery.
A career? You're the one with a career, Saint Kathy. You never loved Chris.
Oh, that's official, is it? Rachel Hughes has spoken.
You were having an affair with some wine salesman. Then Chris had his accident and you didn't have the guts to leave. You chose to stay and take Tate gratitude and a big handout.
Which is exactly what you're after.
I can stand on my own 2 feet.
Flat on your back, more like.
I don't need public approval like nice girl Kathy with a permanent smile and cheerful disposition. I just don't buy it, not for a second, and neither does Chris.
No, he prefers used goods these days, the heavily soiled variety.
You bore him, Richard. You're as thick as 2 short planks. I'd rather read the paper than talk to you.
Look, there's all this shouting. What's going on out here?
Dave, could you get Dudley out for me?
Yeah.
I'll see you in the field.
OK.
Cheers.
Morning.
Morning.
Thanks, Dave.
There you go.
Cheers.
Jim.
Morning, Sir Thomas. Nearly ready for the off?
Good. Fine turnout. Doing us proud.
Thank you very much. We like to do things to a certain standard.
It's good to see it. The trouble these days is no standards and no discipline. Mind you, in some ways, it's perhaps just as well. If some of these habitat Johnnies had done a stint in the army, they'd be a damn sight more effective, I can tell you.
Well, thank goodness they haven't.
You expecting any trouble today?
Here, no, Sir Thomas. My staff are on the lookout all day. They're very efficient.
That's what I like to hear. I haven't seen Frank yet. Not unwell again, is he?
No, of course not. He had an important meeting today. It must have been held up. He'll be very disappointed.
Oh, we'll just have to survive without him, won't we? Shall we move off?
Ready when you are.
Right, move off, gents. Hands, please.
Well, the
then, hopefully.
Back you go, come on!
You murderer! Stop, you murderers! You murderers! Jessica, you all right? You bet. Let's get back to the car. Oh, no way, I'm enjoying this. You're mad, this bit's over anyway.
Black Hills footpath, come on.
Let's go.
What? It's going okay, isn't it?
Yeah, we just need to get in the way as much as possible.
Yeah, well, the hounds look knackered.
Trouble is, if they get another sight of the fox, they get new energy.
Yeah, well, wish me luck.
Jessica, don't! Don't be stupid!
There she is.
Oh, my God, no! Jessica, are you all right?
Stupid little filly.
The hell were you playing at?
It's all right, you haven't killed her.
You just can't leave well alone, can you?
I didn't cause this, you did!
Jess, are you all right?
Yeah, what happened?
It's okay. You just had a knock on the head.
You're always interfering in our business. Aren't you satisfied breaking up Chris's marriage?
Jess, are you okay?
Yeah.
Jessica.
Yes, I'm all right, Dad.
Yeah, well, maybe you are, but we're going to get you to the hospital. Let's have an X-ray, get you checked out.
Worry, I will. Hi, Viv. Hello, Kim.
Oh, listen, Kim. There's going to be a shortage of stuffing this Christmas. Failure of a sage crop in Latvia or somewhere. Get yours while you can. I'm not telling everybody.
I take it you've got loads of it?
No fooling you, is there?
So what can I do for you?
Do you happen to have 250 second-class stamps?
Oh, yes, we certainly do.
That's an awful lot of cards to be sending people, isn't it?
Well, we're combining it with sending out our wedding invitations as well.
I thought I saw you coming.
Are you following me?
Oh, come to see Viv. There's a committee meeting, 7 o'clock in the Woolpack tonight, if you can make it.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'll be there.
Good. I shouldn't really say this, but I think you'll get your way.
Quite right, too.
Not sure if all this sudden power thing is a good thing at all. She gets her own way down there, she'll start thinking she's the boss in here.
You just shut up and keep counting the stamps.
See what I mean?
See, little man, it's going to give me great pleasure telling him that I bought Betty Eggleton's land from under his nose.
Where's your Christmas spirit?
Locked firmly in the cupboard when it comes to Eric Pollard.
Oh, so he doesn't make the wedding invitation list, then?
Correct. It's going to be a happy family affair. No complications, no worries. For you, me, or anyone else attending. Me.
I don't really know how to tell you this, except to say don't blow your top when I do.
Go on.
Ned Glover's stopped Linda from working with Zoe.
Why?
He's found out about Zoe's sexual tendencies, and he's worried about his daughter's well-being.
God, the cheek of them. The small-mindedness of some people amazes me. And I thought Ned Glover would have been more tolerant.
Well, Zoe must be feeling awful about losing Linda. I mean, what's he thinking about? He's lost his daughter a good job. Wouldn't you think he'd realise that life's too short for his ridiculous prejudices?
All done? Tate's in. I'm going to peg out the pictures for the classic car rally next. Unless there's something else you want doing.
No, you carry on with that. Oh, and don't forget the road signpost. How's Jessica?
She's okay, thank God.
I trust she has no objections to classic cars.
Not that I know of.
So we won't get a repetition of the Hunt Saboteur business, then?
I don't think she's going to throw herself under a Ford Capri or anything like that.
It's not funny, Biff. She was a serious embarrassment. And it reflects badly on you that she's your girlfriend.
How do you mean?
You worked for me, and I'd organised the hunt. Hardly needs any further explanation now, does it? You're a good worker, but I'd hate to have to let you go.
You wouldn't sack me because of Jessica, would you?
Why should I employ someone whose partner's hell-bent on wrecking my business?
Oh, hey, that's not on. I can't control her. I won't want to. You wouldn't let a man tell you what to do, would you?
But I can say who works for me. And why should I risk an employee supplying information to anybody who'd want to scupper my future hunt plans?
You don't think I'd do anything like that to you?
I don't know. But I do know love is blind, especially at your age. And it's up to you to show me where your loyalties lie. I'd say there are more potential girlfriends around than jobs, wouldn't you?
So you're saying that if I don't pack Jess in, you'll fire me?
Not exactly. But some sort of assurance that Jessica won't do it again would be appreciated, accompanied by an apology.